Dragon in the clouds, the country is a super-tastical place. In the country, open and wide, on a tractor we can ride. So much to do and see in the country. In the country, open and wide, water, trees, and sky.
This is the point where we're gonna get
Oh, and I changed the color of the house. Changed the color of the window. Because I want a complementary color scheme across red and green. The green, and there's more green here than there is over there, although it's an aqua blue or cerulean blue house. That didn't do it. It's an opposite color, more green.
The Pacific
That brings
Northwest.
attention to the red. Then you can't let the door take over, because the door is red. You can't let the mailbox take over, but it's there. Or the numbers. Numbers on architecture.
It's just a lady.
It gives it.
You get you aboard. It is the tide. So, yeah.
And when you've got black numbers and paint, stay away from the line a little bit so you don't run it into a mush. You want to be able to see them. Then down here, you've got some of the flooring, which goes back to red, but I want you to see the bench, so it's not as intense as the bench. Some of the rocks, just piled them there. There were flowers. Get a few. Get some of the plants. Get a bit of the retaining wall. And get a bit of the side of the house. But do not take away from the bench. It's all about the bench. So you want to keep your focal point as a focus. That's sometimes hard. But you've got to look at the focal point and keep your vision on it. And when you're looking at it with your vision on it, be aware of how well you see everything else. You're going to see lights and darks and a bit of color. You're not going to see detail except on the focal point. So the focal point gets the detail, not the rest. You keep the detail as far away as you can. And this sloppy brush strokes in here, and just enough to intimate there were boards. Not a lot. Just enough to intimate this is a red, probably brick. But no, it's not developed. The only thing that's truly developed was right where you want to be looking. So that's both distance and focal point. You come back to this one, and that tree is going to be your focal point, having contrast, relatively strong color. Oh, I didn't think of doing this. This is one last step. You want it to pop forward a little bit more. Pine trees don't have much of this, but this one will. Remember, it's yours. What happens if you just add a bit here and there? Will that make it pop forward even more?
I would just be shocked if this land is still in agriculture in another 3 or 4 years.
Rebecca Samcastiano has seen a lot of farmland turn into housing. She's a social science researcher. She and her team have been traveling the Treasure Valley, asking residents their views on farmland preservation.
When you look at research, people talk about the ways in which they appreciate the visual appeal of farmland, the open space. People appreciate the ways in which it provides habitat for various animals. Some people enjoy hunting, and there's recreation. There's just a lot of ways in which